Hey guys, I'm Heintje, and in my previous video I tried out my hardtail in Winterberg. This went very well. Check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. One of my conclusions was Bikepark Winterberg is built in a very friendly manner, so I couldn't really push the bike to its limit. Also, almost everything in Winterberg I've ridden in the past on a full suspension bike, making it relatively easy to repeat it on a hardtail. For this video I went to Bikepark Hürtgenwald, a much rougher place and completely new to me. This turned out to be a whole different experience. I'll tell you all about it after I roll the intro. Now, before I start with the warm-up trail, first let me tell you about the uplift bus. You put your bike on a trailer and then the bus brings you to the top. You don't have to race down, just don't waste too much time and you'll arrive just in time to catch the next ride. Unfortunately, on a busy day you have to wait one trip each time. This means that after every run you have to wait for about 20 minutes, something that's absolutely killing the flow of the day. So a bit of a disclaimer. I already wasn't feeling very energetic this day, something that often gets compensated by the adrenaline. Well, not this day. So my riding in this video isn't as good as I wanted. For this easy line we started the day with, although the footage you're watching now is from later on the day, a nice line with a few fun jumps and a few very awkward ones. The second one is just steep and dusty. This last thing might change depending on the weather though. This one is very doable on the hardtail. Not as smooth as Winterberg, but also not extremely worn out either. Not much else to say about it. Just enjoy. Thanks to the support of you guys, we've passed the 800 subscribers, slowly closing on the magical 1000 subs. But I'm not there yet, so if you aren't subscribed to my channel, you're in the position to help me out here. Now before I show the blue line, I first cover the red and black one. These two go side by side and you can cross over to the other on several locations. The first feature I want to talk about is this bridge, something you want to check out before you commit. Turns out on the left side you can roll it. During the day you can go further to the right. Of course, depending on the height, the drop itself isn't that hard. The transition from the wood back to the dirt is harder. Over many runs with braking bikers, the dirt slowly gets removed, turning it into a single huge braking bump. Now let's continue on the right line. No big features here, but also no real fun ones. Only mentionable thing is this wall ride, or at least I think it's a wall ride. I can see how you can ride onto it, however, how the hell do you exit the wall? Looks to me that you end up sideways on the trail, losing all the speed you have. So let's back up to the bridge, and this time take the left. Here you came to a couple of drops. This medium one isn't too high, so let's give it a try. Or not. I guess the hardtail is definitely holding me back right now. I'm 100% sure I would have done this on the first go on my e-bike. Since you have to jump quite far to the sweet spot and the landing is a bit off camber, I started to doubt myself.
Echt hè? Yeah.
Later on we did session this drop, with this result. I braked away a lot of speed and landed as flat as possible. If the hardtail can take that, what's my issue? So next try I went a bit further. Still not fully committing. Eventually, in my third attempt, I nailed it. And later even kinda overshot the sweet spot. Then the trail continues with a double that's out of my league, and a table that might be doable size-wise. The trick is the angle. If you get it wrong, well, I don't even want to know. The higher drop on the right, these random guys now show is probably not that hard, and might even be possible on the hardtail. However, I didn't feel like trying it today.
Yeah.
Now, for the start of the trail, it starts with a not so skinny. For this one, it doesn't matter whether or not your bike has suspension in the rear. This is more a concentration thing, another feature I just didn't feel this day. After waiting for about 30 minutes, I didn't want to do the skinny for the first thing back on my bike. As I pass by the skinny, you can see some parts of it are quite high. Welcome to the strange world of skinnies. Often it's not the width, but the height that makes it challenging. After conquering the Winterberg road gap in my last video, it's time to look at the local road gap. Decent in size. The scary thing is the turn after. Not an issue if you land the gap on the sweet spot. However, if you case or land rear-wheel heavy, you might miss out on a few precious moments to hit the brakes. So I guess, by now you can already guess I wasn't feeling it this day. This time due to the combination of not being in the flow and the hardtail offering even less forgiveness on the landing. To enter line it gets more steep and dusty. Here again you have two choices. Let's first show the relative easier one. This one has a couple of root drops, but everything is roadable. Yeah, I know, I could go faster. This time it's the loose conditions holding me back. Also, we only rode this line a couple of times. Most runs we finished with a harder option. Speaking of which, as you can see this one is a lot rougher. Still roadable though, at least depending on your line choice. The first part was honestly quite okay on the hardtail. Once you exit the woods it gets rough in a way rear suspension would be very nice to have. Although I did notice over the many runs of the day I started to find slightly better lines. You've already seen me go past a small drop in this section. This one for once I did feel. Only just before we wanted to try it, some random dudes gave us a showcase, but I did not film, of course. One of them landing in an OTB. Great motivator just before you want to try a new feature. Thankfully I don't really get influenced by others crashing, so I just went for it. Nice and controlled. Next run was a bit more sketch. Here I hit the tree with my handlebars, and the third time was even worse. When I landed, my finger slipped off the brake lever, making me almost miss my turn. At this point, I guess I used all my luck on the drop, and for the rest of the day I just went for the rollable line. One more line to show, the blue rated line. I saved this one for last because it's something special. How do you rate a line with table jumps? Sure, you can roll everything, so in that case it's easy. But if you want to land all the jumps in the sweet spot, this line might as well be rated black. What do you think this line should be rated? Time for the conclusion of the video. First Bikepark Hürtgenwald. I felt the lines are pretty narrow for jump lines, but also not a technical challenge. For sure we had a fun day and it's definitely a place where you can improve your skills a lot. However, the shuttle system is a real flow killer on busy days. So the best I can rate this park is by the following question. Why go to Hürtgenwald if you can go to Malmedy instead? Now for the hardtail. On rough and new features I really noticed the bike was holding me back. After a number of runs it was going a lot better, but I lost count in how many times I thought this would be so much more fun on my fully. Of course, in the end this was also due to my low energy level and me not really getting into the flow. So I will be testing the hardtail a lot more this season. Subscribe if you want to see those videos. For now, thank you very much for watching. As always, I hope to see you back for my next video. In the meantime, have fun riding. Oh yeah, houdoe.